coming up, authorities are searching the Iowa River after reports of a possible death. And later, everyone's favorite online retailer is looking for employees in the Iowa City area.
This weekend brought a big storm into Kinnick Stadium. More for you in just a few minutes.
We're halfway through November and temperatures are still feeling pretty warm. Lucky for us, it looks like it's going to stay that way. Stay tuned for weather to find out more.
All that and more coming up on this Monday morning edition of DITV News. Don't go anywhere, DITV starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Abby Napolis. A search continues of the Iowa River that began Thursday after it was reported that someone may have jumped off of the Iowa Avenue Bridge into the water. Authorities began searching the river later that day and continued into the weekend. Parts of the bridge were closed down as the searching took place. At that point, they had not found a body, but they are still searching. ICPD has since revealed UI student David Lee as their suspected victim. Some of Lee's belongings were found near the bridge, and he was reported missing from classes on Thursday. The search for the victim will continue, and we will make sure to bring you updates as the story unfolds. The Iowa City Police Department is offering a public reward for information on an incident that took place over the weekend. On Friday afternoon, a 7-year-old child was struck by a vehicle on Amber Avenue. The child had minor injuries after the incident, but is in good health. The vehicle quickly fled the scene and was described as a black truck with 2 yellow flags and lettering across the side. ICPD is offering $1,000 to anyone who may have information connecting a vehicle to a suspect. If you have any information, please contact the ICPD or the Iowa City Crime Stoppers. Now, we had some snow last week and we go outside this weekend, all of it is melted. So let's toss it over to Melissa with more in the weather studio.
Thanks, Abby. Today's going to be a little bit on the chilly side, but it will be one of the coldest days for this week. We're going to have a high of 45 degrees with cloudy skies. And as we head into tonight, the temperature will drop to 35 degrees and we'll have a 30% chance of rain in the early evening hours. And later into the night, the sky will clear up and there will be partly cloudy skies. Now let's take a look at the extended forecast. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a high of 53 and a low of 34. On Wednesday, it will be cloudy with a 100% chance of rain in the evening and a high of 57. On Thursday, there's an 80% chance of rain with a high in the low 50s. On Friday, it will be sunny with a high in the low 40s. And on Saturday, it will be partly cloudy with a high in the low 40s. Temperatures for the first half of the week into Thursday are above average for the month of November. Even though the temperatures dip heading into Friday, it's still around the average for November. So take advantage of this warm weather while it's still here. Abby, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Melissa. Amazon's crazy fast delivery services may be getting even quicker for Iowa City residents. Over the weekend, Amazon listed 30 jobs in the Iowa City area, covering a broad range of positions from shift leaders to driving trainers. The news only strengthens speculations of Amazon establishing a fulfillment center here in Iowa City. Earlier in the year, it was announced that an unnamed company was interested in buying a former Procter & Gamble warehouse located on Hines Road. Things got more interesting after the company requested a building permit to alter the space to accommodate a, quote, package delivery service, end quote. A new Amazon warehouse could bring more than just jobs to the Iowa City community. Some of the company's craziest features, such as one-day delivery, may become available in the area if a distribution center is established. Most of the facts about the project are still being kept behind closed doors, but the recent job listings seem to point everyone towards everyone's favorite online superstore. Well, Iowa sports had a great weekend, so let's toss it over to Kim in the sports studio with more.
Thanks, Abby. Now, I am a vegetarian, but that did not stop the Hawks from bringing home the bacon this weekend against Minnesota. Hawks started fast in this one with a Nate Stanley touchdown pass to Nico Reganey in the first drive of the game to put Iowa up 6. Offense kept rolling with a touchdown run from Tyler Goodson to put the Gophers in a 13-point hole. Get it? Amir Smith-Marset said, "I went in on the fun too," so 6 got 6 in with this touchdown pass in the third. The Gophers weren't completely in the ground yet with the ball down 4 late in the fourth, but Riley Moss picked off Tanner Morgan's pass for the game-winning interception. The students liked it so much that they stormed the field, and the Hawks keep Floyd home in Iowa City for the 5th straight year.
I think we've been saying that since, first game we want to start fast, and then the first drive was really, epitomized that. We started pretty quick, but, it kind of just, I think I've said it a ton of times before, just snowballed everything. We just got to get started.
We haven't did that, like a top 10 with the Storm, like versus Ohio State. It was cool, but that game was over real fast. So, but when we played Michigan my freshman year, it felt more like that. Like it went down all the way to the last second, and that's the type of games that you live for. That's why you came to Iowa, to play in these tight games.
The Hawks will try to ride their success through this weekend when they play Illinois at Kinnick this Saturday. Now, jumping back onto the basketball court, the Iowa men's basketball team took on Oral Roberts on Thursday night and was able to bounce back after their first loss. The Hawks looked to veteran Luka Garza, who recorded a career high in points with 30. Garza was able to score under the basket and from beyond the arc all night. But Garza wasn't the only one contributing for the Hawks. Redshirt sophomore Jack Dungy had 14 points on the night and knocked down a few threes to give Iowa the edge they needed. The Hawks took this W in this one, 87-74.
Scoring my entire, career in high school and now. I think I'm just, always been ready for that role. And I just want to, do whatever I can to help the team. If that's score the ball, if that's rebound the ball, which I've tried to improve as much as I could. I'm just trying to help my team any way I can. We got a lot of scorers on this team.
And we have good shooters. We shot it okay. We were 8 for 24. I think we got, the ability to do a lot better than that. We had clean looks. I thought our three-point shots were open.
The Hawks will take on North Florida on Thursday at 6 p.m. in Carver Hawkeye Arena. And Iowa's wrestling team has built up a lot of hype in the offseason, but yesterday it was time to show the fans what the season is going to be all about. The second-ranked Hawkeyes hosted Tennessee Chattanooga in their season debut, and the Hawks got things started with the two-time defending champion Spencer Lee. A lot of eyes on Lee as he's trying to balance an Olympic trial and another NCAA season, but he handled things here in the first match, getting the win 16-5. Michael Kemmerer had spent over a year recovering from serious injuries, but the two-time All-American didn't miss a beat when he got back into Carver. Kemmerer took care of Hunter Fortner from the very beginning and got the win 20-0. To cap off an undefeated afternoon, the Hawks brought their new freshman heavyweight, Tony Cassiope. The match didn't take long as Tony got the pin in under 2 minutes.
It's nice because when I'm preparing for matches, I like to look at the work I've put in, so I know, I'm ready for that match. I always lean back on my practices, my matches before for confidence, and that's a great stepping stone for the rest of the season.
It feels good. I feel like I can still hit my leg attacks, hit my turns on top, get out on the bottom. It doesn't matter the weight class. It's just going to be about wrestling every position hard, so I just got to keep building now.
The Hawkeyes travel to Ames this Sunday to take on a Cyclone team that's going to surprise a lot of people this year. While wrestling is just starting up, the field hockey season came to an end on Sunday as they lost to #1 ranked and undefeated North Carolina in the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. Although this is a painful loss for the Hawks, they held North Carolina to only 2 shots on goal, the least that the Tar Heels have seen in a game this season. The Hawkeyes have seen a successful year, winning a share of the Big Ten regular season title and a conference championship. With returning stars Maddie Murphy and Lockie Strybos next season, there's no doubt that the Hawks are primed to have another successful year. That's a wrap on Hawkeye Sports, but check back tomorrow for TV director John Rawson's take on the game against Minnesota this past weekend. Abby, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Kim. Many of us wish we could go back to simpler times and enjoy the days when we didn't have to worry about college, but this child prodigy is using his youth to get a degree. Belgian child Laurent Simmons is being held as a boy genius after enrolling at the college at age of 9. Simmons is on track to receive a degree in electrical engineering from the Eindhoven University of Technology, a course that has been proven difficult for average age students. Currently, Simmons plans on graduating with his bachelor's in December. After receiving his degree, Simmons hopes to continue pursuing a PhD in electrical engineering while also working towards a medical degree. While most 9-year-olds play with toys, Simon would rather spend his time developing tech. Well, that's all we have for you on this Monday morning edition of DITV News. Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday. And if that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition of the news on stands now. For DITV News, I'm Abby Napoles. Have a great day, Iowa City.